FM News Talk 97.1.
On demand audio. You're listening to Allman in the Morning. Common Sense Radio.
Good morning, you bunch of drunks.
Mitt Romney? His name is Willard. Willard!
Oh, yeah.
I hope this doesn't bother you, but I've been imagining what you look like naked.
Yeah, get in line. Hey, today's a big day. Oh, I know, there's a lot of political stuff going on, and 9/11 and everything else, but no. The big news happens to involve changes in your school lunch menus, shepherded in by the First Lady herself, everybody.
The talented people who cook the food at your school will be offering you all kinds of healthy, delicious new choices. Foods that are good for you and that taste good, too. These healthy foods are good for your body. They'll give you energy and make you stronger. And they're also good for your mind. Studies show that when you eat healthy foods like fruits and vegetables, that can actually help you pay attention in class and do a better job on your homework and tests.
You mean those Kentucky buttered peas are going away? Remember how they used to always describe the food as
I love it, yeah. They still do sometimes, at least on me.
Yeah. Oh, they do?
A little bit.
They describe them in ways that make them seem more delicious than they would be.
Even the fruit, it's like it'll say sometimes it's like, oh, chilled peaches. I'm like, okay, like we needed to know that they were chilled instead of room temperature. I don't know.
Chilled Georgian peaches. Well, you know.
Look, they haven't been sitting out for a few hours or something. I don't know.
I always thought people who were able to buy their lunches were so cool. Were so lucky. I had to bring my paper sack with me and my smushed peanut butter and jelly where the jelly would start to smear through the bread, and I'd have these potato chips, but they weren't like brand. They weren't like Lay's potato chips. They were like ghetto potato chips, like from there's a store name or something, And then I had the one treat I used to have. You guys remember the space food? It was like these sticks of heaven knows what they were, but they were space sticks. You guys remember those, right? In my age, 969-9797, 866-455-9797. You know what I'm talking about. There were these disgusting, although at the time they were delicious. I mean, they were like, it was like candy, but they were like these. They came in like a. It was, you open them up like a cheese stick, almost, those cheese things.
Yeah.
Except this was like it was like moon food or space food or something. I can't remember what it was called, but it was crazy. It was like a smushy.
I remember eating astronaut ice cream. Is it like?
No, it's not like that. But it was like this moon food or moon. I can't remember exactly what it was called, but it was like a luxury at the time. So. But I always looked at people eating those hamburgers, and those hamburgers, I don't know.
They were not hamburgers. They were soy burgers.
Soy burgers. Mm-hmm. But boy, did they! I did have one time, and it tasted good. Those people are lucky. Yeah, anyway, Britt Hume chiming in on the bounce. The poll numbers. CNN as a poll, it's like 52 to 46 or something for Obama over Romney. And people are saying that this is kind of a post-convention bounce. Here is Britt Hume on the bounce.
There will be 3 presidential debates this year. Now, debates don't usually change many minds, but one famously did in 1980 when, amid an economic crisis, Ronald Reagan used a single debate to send Jimmy Carter, who had been leading in the polls, back to Georgia. That must be a source of hope in the Romney camp tonight. Plus, one more thing. Post-convention poll upticks are called bounces for a reason. They go up, and they usually come down.
Yeah, right. So he's a pretty good analysis there. And it was one of those just don't get discouraged type of things. Romney, meanwhile, had this about the Obama Forward campaign slogan.
Not with his campaign slogan. You know what it is. It says forward. Forward is his campaign slogan. I think forewarned is a better term.
Forewarned is the better term. It's fantastic. Hey, Judy, thanks for calling the show. How are you, my dear?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm fine. So you remember these things, huh?
Yeah, and like you, I brought my lunch, and once in a while I had to go, I got to buy, and yes, those space sticks. I would eat like half the box.
Oh, they were called space sticks.
I don't really remember. I just remember the box, and I think there was a spaceman. on the box, wasn't there?
Yeah, well, see, I think it was because that was kind of hot because, of course, we had, in 1969, for instance, we landed on the moon, for crying out loud. So everything was all about space at that time,
Yeah, but yeah, like you, it was a treat, and I enjoyed them very much.
Yeah, they were almost like a weird kind of rolled up brownie almost. It was kind of
mushy, hard.
But I'll tell you one thing, they were good, man.
Yeah, so there you are.
All right, my dear.
Them. You have a good day.
Thanks, Judy. I appreciate it very much. Yeah, you get those when you got that 50 cents to buy that meal like on a Friday or something. That was a luxury. Every 2 weeks or something, maybe you get that 50 cents to buy your hot lunch. But I don't, not to disparage what my mom prepared for me, but I'm just saying we kind of coveted the hot lunch. Al, what's up, buddy?
Yeah, those things are called space food snacks. You can get them online.
You can still?
Yeah, they still make them.
Wow. I wonder who it is.
Space food snacks. They come in chocolate and peanut butter.
Nice. I bet those are pretty. They probably have perfected them by now. All right, Al, thanks a lot for calling in. Yeah, but they were good, though.
Today, the United States is engaged in a gigantic effort to send men to the moon. For this effort, Pillsbury has developed many special foods. Here is the first one to be made available to the public, Space Food Sticks.
There you go.
To meet the demands of a long space flight, Space Food Sticks had to be a compact, nutritious, high-energy food.
Nice.
That's why they make the perfect between-meal energy snack. Energy for hard play. Energy for hard work.
There you go.
Lasting energy to feel alive. If that sounds better than some of the things your family fills up on between meals, you should try Space Food Sticks for good nutrition and lasting energy.
There you go.
Chewy, tasty snack food.
Chewy, tasty snack food.
Caramel and peanut butter.
Caramel.
44 calories. At your grocer's next to the instant breakfast section. Space Food Sticks, the energy snack from U.S. Aerospace Research and Pillsbury.
Nice, Pillsbury. Thank you for that memory, Carl. Good job calling that one up. But yeah, those were delicious. That was back in the day. 44 calories, which means you can have 10 of them. It was fantastic. But no, as Judy did. Judy said she'd have him just eat the whole box. That was great. Actually, you'd take them out and then roll them up into a ball, eat it like a big, gigantic space food apple. But no, that was back in the day also when commercials were like 3 minutes long. They just kind of go on and on about space food snacks. Those commercials, remember the commercials? They were like 3 minutes. Like, is this almost over? I mean, honestly, Pepsi, and back in the day too when these guys were space food snacks. All right, on to more deeper concerns. Mark Levin has this to say to those of you who are concerned about the squishiness of Romney on health care. Here you go.
So, yes, I understand the anxiety. I have it, too. But we must beat Obama. We must take the Senate. We must hold the House. And then the grand old party has no excuses of any kind.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, Levin's like, okay, this whole pre-existing condition thing, he's squishy on health care. He now, what does he say? He doesn't want to repeal it, and now it's causing problems among conservatives. Levin is saying, what are you going to do? You're just not going to vote for Romney at this point? There are so many more positives than negatives to Romney at this point. And he says, you know what? If we get Romney in there, and he starts to translate that squishiness into actual policy that resembles Ford and GW, then it's done. The grand old party is finished. Ingram even goes further. She says, if the GOP can't beat this guy, they're finished. 969-9797, 866-455-9797. Plus, Pat Robertson has some advice for you guys who might be, have wives who are misbehaving. We'll have that for you. And plus, we commemorate the 11th anniversary of the terrorist attacks of September 11th, 2001.